Hello everyone, we are almost done with my Zootopia toy box, believe it or not. And today I'm going to show you how to implement the logic for the very last case, which is the battle with the Vandals. And then next time we're going to tie all of the cases together by implementing the logic for the job board over here at police headquarters. And then after that, I have one more video to show you how to implement the day-night cycle for this toy box and add the finishing touches. So yeah, we're almost done. Now if I open the editor and we look at the remaining memory on the right, you'll see that the memory meter is starting to approach the red zone on my Wii U. I still have some memory, but I can't use it all up because I need to leave room for the townspeople that I want to add to the city. And of course, I need room for the enemies, the townspeople, and the vehicles that will be generated when we play through each of the police cases. But I do have enough memory for one more case, and this will be a very simple one. This will probably be the simplest logic for anything that we've implemented so far in this toy box. Out of all of the cases that we have built so far, we do not have one that immediately leads into a shootout, and I thought that would be a fun case to have. So for this case, we're going to have some vandals or some gang members or something that is terrorizing this building. And as soon as the police show up, they're going to attack. Now, if you chose to build the other version of the toy box that includes Tundra Town and the Rainforest District, then you won't have this building. So instead, you could put this over by the Ice Palace and maybe put some of the enemies up on the balcony. Or you could put this by one of the buildings in the Rainforest District, either on the ground like you see here, or up in the tree houses like you see here. And I think either of those locations could make for a fun battle. I kind of like the one up in the tree houses, but it's completely up to you. Now the logic for this case is very simple, but it does add some extra action to the toy box, and that's always a good thing. So let's start by reviewing the creativitoys that we're going to need, and I've placed these ahead of time to save a little time. And as usual, let me remind you that I have logic diagrams on my blog that will help you out. The link is in the video description. Although this case is really so simple, you almost don't need a logic diagram, but I got one for you anyway. So once again, we're going to use a button to kick this off, and we have a logic gate. This is going to be the toy that actually kicks the mission off. We have a radar marker and an enemy wave generator. And I've connected this enemy wave generator up to the locators that you see here. So I have added a new one here. And I'm reusing this one over by the doorway over here and the one over by these trees. And I also added two locators up on top of the building because it's always good to get the player up off of ground level. Since we don't have the tree houses over here, I thought we could bring them up on top of that building. And the only other thing I've done is not only connect the enemy wave generator to those locators, but I also configured the wave. And we're going to use 5 FearTech Student Patrol 3 characters. And he actually looks kind of like an animal with the horn on his nose there and everything, kind of like a rhino. So I thought he fit in there. And you'll notice I'm using different enemies for all of the different cases. The break-ins were by the weasels. The car chase over here was by a different couple of enemies. These guys are different enemies. We had some robots on top of police headquarters for the Mad Bomber. So I'm trying to make every case feel as different and unique as possible. Alright, for the logic on this, it's very simple. We'll hook the button up first, so new logic connection on that. When pressed, we input into the logic gate. And again, the logic gate's what's going to drive everything, because eventually we'll delete that button. Actually, not eventually, next time. We're going to delete all of these buttons and hook them up to the real thing that's going to pick the missions. On the logic gate, new logic connection on output. We're going to generate the wave, and this will put the enemies at all 5 of those locators. And on the enemy wave generator, let's look at the properties on this because I forgot to set those. The only thing we're going to do here is take the generation delay to 0. Okay. And on the logic gate, a new logic connection on output, we will activate the radar marker. Because I want to put a radar marker on all of these. So on the radar marker, we'll do a new actor connection. We'll connect that up to our enemy wave generator as an actor. And on the properties for the radar marker, beacon type will be a yellow arrow. Beacon location will be the connected actors. So we're going to put a yellow arrow on all of the enemies that need to be defeated. Okay? And that's everything the logic gate needs to do. At that point, the mission is set up and going, and it's over when they defeat all the enemies. So on the enemy wave generator, a new logic connection. When the wave is defeated, we'll turn off the radar marker. On the enemy wave generator, a new logic connection. When the wave is defeated, we'll come over to the action enforcer, and we'll have all the players celebrate. And we'll play our end of mission sound next, and that's it. It's a very simple mission, as I said. But this gives us one more mission without adding too many extra controls to the toy box, which I don't have the memory for anyway on this particular console. So musical fanfare. And that's it. That's the logic for this case. It's probably the easiest one out of the entire toy box. Alright, let's go ahead and try it out and see what happens. So once again, we'll push the button. That will generate the enemies.
That's right, run away, far away.
I love Blue. He's one of my favorite characters. Alright, and you can see there's radar markers for those guys up top. So Blue climbs the building.
Must be my lucky day.
And there we go. With that, we have finished the logic for all of our police cases. Next time, as I said, I will show you how to tie them all together by building the logic for the job board over at police headquarters, which will randomly choose which case is the next case for the player to solve. You won't want to miss that, so if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that before you go. All you have to do is click my photo in the lower right corner of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.